Hey everybody, Michael, Shelley, and Talon here. It's campground review time, and this time we're doing a 1,000 Trails review of the Mount Hood Village RV Resort.
You make me understand this place in a whole different way. You make me wanna live this life to the fullest, to the fullest.
And over on the right, which you may not have been able to see, is where you pull in for check-in. There's also the Dragonfly Cafe and Bakery, which is open to the public, but they're only open from like in the morning to around a little after lunch. So we've come in and we're gonna go ahead and hang a right. So we're gonna show you some amenities right off the bat here as I try to pull it up on my phone too. Lots of speed bumps here, so be careful. There are 382 sites here. What I'm not sure of is if they're all RV sites or not. We'll explain that in a second. So right in front of us is the office and also camp store. Pretty decently stocked camp store. You've got a the building right there is the Evergreen building, I think is what it's called, and that's just a multi-use building, and on Sundays a non-denominational church meets there, which we attended that service. It was very good, so highly recommended if you're here on a Sunday. And playground with kids playing on it. And over to the right, this building here is the indoor pool and jacuzzi. Not a huge pool.
An exercise room.
And the jacuzzi only has a four-person limit.
limit.
Yeah. So you may or may not be able to do that, depending on crowds, because there's 382 sites here, so that's a lot of people. There's a group fire pit here, but doesn't really matter because there's a fire ban going on. Close this here, we're getting a little glare. Here's some of the tiny homes. Now there are people living here full-time in these tiny homes and RVs, just like any other campground. So to the left there through that gate is tiny homes.
Cabins.
And cabins, yep. Their cabins are really tiny homes for the most part. More that way, we're gonna go up the hill here. We're gonna show you, this is the route we took to get here in the RV. Yeah, and this is a two-way road, just FYI. So a little nerve-wracking coming up here in the RV because you never know when somebody's gonna be coming around the bend or coming around the mountain. So we're gonna hang it right here, show you the RV slots here, which are typical of all of the RV slots here. Not very level as we watch this dog take a dump in the middle of the road, and yeah. And here we are on the right. Like I said, the sites aren't overly level, at least back here for sure. We had to go up 2 Legos on the driver's side to get relatively close to level. We were going to be driving around this circle here, but doesn't look like we're going to be able to because of this van. This van almost also ran into us when we were driving around that corner where I was talking about being really tight with an RV.
We liked our spot back here though. It was very nice and quiet.
Yeah, now right on the other side of the trees here is the main highway coming in. So it's loud and noisy, and I guess this guy likes to let his dog take a dump on the road instead of the grass. And this is weird. This is very weird. All right. After watching that little dog go to the bathroom twice, I think I need to go to the bathroom too. Do you need to go to the bathroom? I think you do. I think you do. There's trash dumpsters everywhere too, which is really nice. Like here's one here on the left. We're not going to drive down into the cabin / tiny home loop any more than what we're seeing here, because it all looks the same. So we're gonna go check out some of the RV sites. And while we're doing that, we'll go through some of the amenities. Now, some of these tiny homes here are for sale. Like I said, you can live in them full time. And the two we saw for sale, one was like $100,000, the other one was like 110. I don't know how much it costs to actually live here in a tiny home. And we did see a sign for monthly rates here, and we'll probably see that on the tour. All right, as we pull up to the stop sign here, we're back at the main entrance, hanging a right. Right across the way here is RV storage, so you can store your RV here. Don't know the cost on that. I'm sure it depends on the size of the RV. Now, there is a mixture of full hookups and partial hookups. Now, the sites we just showed you where we're at are full hookups. These sites on the left and the right here are full hookups as well. We're going to hang a left into Cedar Ridge. Again, speed bumps. We're going to talk about some of the other amenities here. Some of the amenities we haven't mentioned yet are, there is, well, it says creek / lake / canal / river or ocean frontage. It's a river. A river runs through this. There's hiking and nature trails. There's picnic and barbecue areas. There's volleyball. There's a library. They do have Wi-Fi here. As usual, not very good. And on that note too, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, not very good. I have one bar of 5G T-Mobile, but it is very, very slow. It's the slowest of all of them. And actually, the weird thing here is Visible is over 3 times faster than my Verizon phone. So that's odd because they're on the same towers. That happens occasionally, but not very often. AT&T is by far the worst. Got about 20 to 25 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload with with Visible, and then everything else just goes downhill from there.
I would say this is a full-time area.
Yeah, this is a full-time area, and obviously it's full hookups. So you're not going to get into here because, well, it's full of full-timers. There's also bike trails. This is pet friendly. It's pet friendly even though they don't have a dog park or dog relief area or anything. So I don't know what pet friendly means to them. They also do horseshoes. They have a game room and a business center. So that's all the amenities here. Like I said, there's 382 sites here. So we could make a 45-minute video showing you all the sites, but a campsite is a campsite is a campsite, and in these Thousand Trails properties especially, they try to keep them all as uniform as possible as far as size goes and things like that. So we're not going to show you all the sites. Now we are here. Today is our leaving day. We've been here almost a week. It's the 11th of August, 2021. And, well, we've experienced all sorts of seasons in the 6 nights we spent here. The last 3 or 4 days, the highs have been in the mid-60s. Lows have been in the low 50s. And, well, before and after that, it's been around 100. It's gotten really chilly and it's gotten really hot. And we're just going to drive through here to show you this full hookup site, loop, whatever. And here's a pool around, I guess is what I call them. I like these sites. That's a good site there for sure. Lots of room here. It's like this guy's getting ready to leave in his tag axle. This place was pretty full on the weekend too. But this is Wednesday, so not very full. And these sites actually look to be a lot more level than the ones we're staying at. When you get to a site that's not level, especially in a motorhome, because they're a lot heavier than the trailers and stuff, make sure that you block your tires up and get as level as you can. If you don't own a level, and if you're just depending on the auto level button that comes in your RV, you're really making things hard on yourself. Now here on the right, we're just gonna pull in real quick. We're not gonna walk in there because it's just a bunch of washers and dryers. We'll pull in so we can get a good camera shot of this. And there is the laundromat. A lot of washers, a lot of dryers. And this is the closest one to us, and there's another bathhouse here on the left as well. So now we're going to show you the partial hookup areas, which, well, they don't have sewer. That's what makes them a partial hookup. So anyway, to get back to what I was saying, have wood, the plastic Legos, whatever, to block up your tires to get yourself level. If you don't own a level, go to Walmart, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, and get a level. Now here's the dump station for the partial hookups, which is nice because this is the exit and entrance to the partial hookup areas. So they have the dump station right there. Very convenient. And a picnic table right there, so you can have a picnic lunch while people are dumping their tanks. Whatever floats your boat. But get level, side to side, front to back, as you can. And whatever blocks you put under the tires, try to put the same amount of blocks or more under the jacks on that, by that corresponding tire, and then level before you put your slides out. And then after you've got the slides out, check your level and adjust as necessary. Now, I've been reading a lot on social media lately about some people saying you should always put the slides out first. Well, nobody recommends that except individuals who are not engineers, didn't build the RVs, and didn't build the leveling systems. So it's random people suggesting that, not the experts. So keep that in mind. And if you don't agree with that, well, it's not me saying it, it's the RV manufacturers and the leveling system manufacturers. So go argue with them, don't argue with me. Despite this being hilly, the sites are pretty level looking. Very shaded back here too, as you can see, because we keep going in and out of shade. And there's one other thing they have here that we haven't mentioned yet. We're going to mention it in just a second here when we get up here to this Jeep. I don't want to give it away. It's a surprise. Well, what I meant to say was we're going to talk about it when we get by the Jeep. I got lost. And we're going to hang it right here. And as you can see, it's a yurt. They have a few yurts here for your pleasure, I guess, best way to put it. And here's that restroom and shower facility building that we were talking about. And they also have picnic, oh, these are sites. Okay, I thought there was just a picnic area. These are sites. So you can get a site right in front of the bathroom. They're not very long, and they don't look very level. But if you're in like a pop-up or a really small trailer or something, you can be right next to the bathroom. I don't know if that's good or bad. There's a super shaded spot right there in front of us. And we're gonna go ahead and head on out of here. There's a lot of super shaded spots here. When it's 100 degrees, not bad to have a super shaded spot. At least that's what I always say. That's kind of my mantra. What we're not gonna show you on this trip is the river that runs through this, because it really doesn't run through it, it runs by it, and you gotta walk a ways to get to it. Not too far, but you gotta walk to get to it. And it's just a river with quote unquote beach access. We haven't been, so we don't know. And today's moving day, so we're heading to Washington. So we want to get things finished up here and get on the road. To get to the river, you would hang a left here. This loop is really, I would call like a weekender loop. You know, the vacationers staying here. Nice sights, lots of families though. And then we got this fifth wheel here that's providing with encouragement and wisdom for dads. 100percentdad.com, I think is what that said. It's funny, the last campground review we did, we saw somebody else had a business with their big tag axle Class A RV. We were in Nebraska, and now we're seeing somebody else running a business here. So, don't know anything about them. So, not promoting them or anything. Here's another bathhouse, and over here on the right, dumpsters, picnic table right next to the bathhouse, and fire ring. We're only about, what, 20 minutes from Mount Hood itself, from the mountain, which is beautiful. Have you ever stayed here at the Mount Hood Village RV Resort? If so, let us know. Leave us a note in the comments. Let us know what you thought about it and what you thought about the area, some cool things you did or saw, because we're probably going to come back here and we'd like to see some cool stuff. So let us know what cool stuff you've seen so we can come see it too and film it and share it with everybody. If you have any questions about the Mount Hood Village RV Resort, let us know in the comments below. We'll do our best to answer them. If you're not already subscribed to our channel and you'd like to see more campground reviews, product how-tos, DIY stuff, and crazy adventures, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Ring the notification bell so you'll know when we have new content coming out. And if you'd like to help us in our efforts to raise money for Christian-based veterans charities, there's links in the description below on the many ways you can do that. Now, with Patreon and YouTube membership, not only do you help a Christian-based veterans charity, but you also get exclusive video content from us, behind the scenes, bloopers, real-time updates, because usually our videos are at least 3 to 4 weeks behind. So you'll get really sometimes up to the second, because we'll make a video and post it on Patreon or YouTube for our YouTube members. So if you want to keep really close tabs on us, that's the way to do it. And as always, folks, we appreciate any help you can give us, and don't forget to share this out with a friend who might be coming to Mount Hood Village soon. So thanks for watching,
And make your next journey an epic adventure.
bye.
See ya.